if Ben Simmons doesn't go to Portland, or who knows what the hell's going to happen with Ben Simmons, when do the Brooklyn Nets get fed up?
With
Kyrie.
When do the Brooklyn Nets get fed up? To be honest with you, I hate having to say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. They probably should have been fed up, to be honest. But fed up and using it as an excuse are two different things. I definitely would be a little upset, but again, I understand it, because at this point, again, it is personal reasons. But like, dog, like I know you see us playing without you. I know, you probably realize that we could use your help. But at the same time, it's like, he is a human being. He's a man that, is aware of his decisions. And I don't think he's taking it lightly. But at the same time, it's like, it would be nice to, if you could, if you're trying to hoop with us, then that'd be kind of cool. But
I only said that because there's been rumors that they're looking to trade him. And that's the only reason why. I don't know how.
It makes sense. I mean, I'm not saying necessarily I agree with it, but like you have Kyrie on your team to play basketball, right? Like this is a business. They're a company, and they want Kyrie on their team to hoop. And if he's not hooping, regardless of what he's capable of, it doesn't matter if he's not doing it. So I wouldn't trade Kyrie just because of how good they already are. This isn't a team that like I would say needs him right now, but come playoff time, if the rules change or he does decide to get vaccinated or whatever, he would definitely be a huge help to that team. But they're not in an emergency situation where it's like, all right, we got to get guys that can help us right now.
They're still the number one seed in the East.
That's what I'm saying. This isn't a panic mode. This isn't a time where I'm like, all right, Kyrie, if you don't mind lacing up. But at the same time, you realize that the chemistry is going to be needed once you hit the playoffs. And as good as he is, this isn't going to be a situation where you just say, all right, let's hoop now. Go out there and score 40. Like, you still have to go through the reigning champs. So,
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting. The only reason I brought up that situation because of those reports, but I also brought it up because we're talking about Ben Simmons. What if the Philadelphia Sixers...
Go ahead.
Yeah, but what if they do Ben Simmons for Kyrie straight up?
Well, that's the one I don't. No, I'm not doing that. Hell no, I'm not doing that.
If you're the Brooklyn Nets, you turn that
absolutely, down? Absolutely, in a heartbeat. And I laugh. I laugh because one, it's funny when we talk about that doesn't really do anything with the Dame trade. You would talk about shit that doesn't really matter. That is a trade that doesn't really matter. You got two guys that aren't playing. Like you got all right. Let's trade the guy that's sitting out for the other guy that's sitting out, and let's see how that works out. Well, what the hell? Like,
both will play.
Well, I'm saying though, it ain't. Yeah. All right, either way, if I'm the Brooklyn Nets, I'm saying no. I'm not. Would I say hell no? No, yeah, I would say hell no. This is still Kyrie Irving. And when we talk about playoffs, okay, you got literally one of the greatest playoff performers in the league. And one of the, I'll just leave it at that. But you got one of the greatest, playoff performers in the league. I'm not giving that up. Like, just, no.
Well, I asked that because, like, I agree, but I just know how. The only reason why I said when should the Brooklyn Nets, how long should they be fed up with Kyrie? The reason why I said that because I know how organizations are. It ain't the players. I know, of course, your players want you to. It was people feeling a certain way about him just playing away games, and of course, like for your chemistry and as a group and camaraderie, you want your players together. So you want to have your guys in the locker room battling on a night in night basis, and it's just kind of like. Players are going to be like, yo, I'm playing home games. I'm playing away games. He's only with us on away games. That could be a very dicey situation for chemistry. So I understand why they made that move. But at the same time, it's just kind of like organization. It's going to come down probably to some point where like Kevin Durant, that's Kyrie's boy, where organization is going to be like, you know what, Kevin Durant, we got you signed for 5 years. You re-upped a contract extension. Kyrie Irving is not playing. It's like, it's going to be some point where it's just like, you don't want to piss off your superstar, but you know how these organizations are. They're all about money. They're all about like, yo, what is bringing us in the most money? What is going to give us the best chance to win a championship? And it's just like, if you don't have Kyrie Irving, he's not playing games for you. They're going to be thinking like, yo, we may have to get rid of him eventually. I hope they don't, but it's just kind of like, that's how organizations play ball, and that.
But yeah, I hope they don't either. But I mean, this is a situation where it's like, yo, if you're not doing your job or you're not doing the thing that we're paying you to do, then what overall value is being provided here? And I love Kyrie. I like, from a basketball perspective, I don't think they should trade him at all. But like, I'd rather like have a guy who can literally score me 5 points a game than a guy who can't play at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's now it's just a numbers game. Now I don't think they should trade him. I would say I would still say hell no again because of the timing of it, right? Yeah. Like, we're still months away from the playoffs, and even though it's going to take some chemistry and some buildup, it's still Kyrie Irving, it's still James Harden, it's still Kevin Durant, all on the same team. So this is a very, very unique situation. This is on paper the most talented offensive lineup ever. Like, and there's no denying that in terms of isolation scores, in terms of guys where you can say like, yo, here's the basketball, go put it in the hoop. It ain't a question. But I think at the same time though, you have to, whether it's a sit down with Kyrie, whether it's, you know, just thinking about the overall long-term plans of the team as a whole, because at some point, as much as players, whether it be, you know, anyone on the Nets, you're going to start thinking to yourself like, all right, how long is too long, right? And to your credit, it's like you love him as a brother, as a teammate, but it's like we could use you. And again, they're still the number one seed in the East, so I don't think that time is happening now, and it may not ever happen. But like,
the only reason why people are really having these, if James Harden was playing like the James Harden last year with the Brooklyn Nets, we wouldn't even be having this conversation
at all.
But that's one of the reasons why a lot of people are having these conversations and stuff like that, because of the way James Harden's been kind of up and down all season. I know he's coming off an injury. I know this and that. I know he came in with the expectations of having Kyrie playing alongside him, which he didn't come in with the expectations of, yo, I got to score. He came with expectations of what he did last year, playing the point guard position for the Brooklyn Nets. That's what he was kind of brought in to do alongside Kyrie and Kevin Durant. But it's going to be interesting. I don't think they should trade Kyrie Irving. I support Kyrie and his decision. Like you said, he's a man at the end of the day. He's his own individual. That's a personal decision. I don't like the rule itself. You know, I think it's just like, I don't like how unvaccinated players can come to the city of New York and they can play in the same arena, but Kyrie, because it's a statewide issue, can't play because he's not vaccinated. It just, you know, it doesn't really make sense. But at the same time, like you said, at some point, how long is too long? So it's going to be interesting.
I tell you what, though, if Kyrie does get traded to a different team and then he comes back to Barclays and straight up cooks the Nets, hey, I ain't going to be mad at it. Y'all want to trade me? All right, cool. Come hold this 40-piece. Come hold this 40-piece. You want to sit here and forget who the hell I am? All right, no problem. Don't worry about it. Who's guarding me? Fool. I hope that happens. I hope that happens.
Yeah.
But, you know.
That's my boy, but we'll see what happens.